This is Rat Pack Radio, the internet radio station that brings you everything from the top hits in music.
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
To Sports Talk Radio.
With the first pick in the 2016 NFL Draft, the Los Angeles Rams select Jared Goff, quarterback, California.
We are here for you, WRPR Rat Pack Radio. Come join the pack. Download the WRP Rat Pack Radio app on Google Play, BlackBerry, and the Apple Store. If you're streaming, you can stream us on TuneIn.com, Web Radio Central, or RatPackSports.com/RatPackRadio. The Underground, discovering hidden talent worldwide. Playing daily on Rat Pack Radio, WRPR. Come join the pack.
Hello, sports fans, and welcome to...
You're listening to the Rat Pack Sports Show live on Rat Pack Radio, WRPR.
It's new, it's fresh, it's a slam dunk!
You're listening to Rat Pack Sports Show on WRPR Rat Pack Radio.
Blue, you're my boy! A genius. A man who has a reputation to be the best at what he does.
You see, a man has to realize his limitations. You don't know me, and you don't know what I'm capable of.
That was a heck of an effort.
This house is a prison, and the galaxy of this sucks.
You real nut.
Battle is over when I say it is over. I will massacre you.
Come after me. I'm a man. I'm 40.
Are you not entertained?
I'd say in a given week, I probably only do about 15 minutes of real, actual work.
That's how I roll.
Offensive!
Hello? You play to win the game.
There's a drive! Way back! It could be!
This is my favorite part coming up right now.
Watch your tongue or have it cut from your head.
WRPR, streaming online, RatPackSports.com, and also the Rat Pack Radio WRPR app. We in the building again, another week, bringing you the best in sports talk and entertainment for your ears. We're online at Facebook, Rat Pack Sports. Also the Rat Pack Sports Show group and like page. You can find us on Twitter at Rat Pack Sports with the Z. You can also find us on Instagram, Rat Pack Sports. And you can download our podcast as well. Podbean, ratpacksportshow.podbean.com. We are here in the building another week, Wednesday night, and we ready to get this thing started, man. So we got a lot to talk about. More combine talk, more free agency talk. We're going to talk a little bit of wrestling. Because this past Sunday night, one of the greats, all-time greats, who did it his way and never really caved into the Vince McMahon WWE, era. I mean, he had a little stint there, but it wasn't that It wasn't nothing. That part of his career we can forget because I knew exactly what Vince McMahon was doing. He treated him like crap while he was there, just to get back at him for all those years. He was in WCW. Then WCW closed down. He refused to go, so he went to TNA for a number of years. Stayed over there for quite a bit. Then he finally took his stint over to WWE, where they treated him like a third-rated wrestler. And at that point, I was a huge fan. I'm still a huge wrestling fan, but I was a fan enough to still watch WWE. And after they pulled that whole stunt with Sting and basically sent him over there so he can lose to Triple H and claim that the WCW WWE war is over now because Triple H finally won, or WWE finally got the last hurrah or whatever. That's the only reason he brought him over there. So his run in WWE didn't last long, and I'm glad it didn't, because he wasn't being respected like the all-time great that he is in the wrestling ring. So at that point, I pretty much stopped watching wrestling. And I didn't watch wrestling at all for a very long time until AEW got started. And then I started tuning into AEW, and it's been a quick 3 years, man. That's crazy. Sting made his appearance in 2021 in AEW. And in these 3 years, he's went on a run unlike anything else. And 64 years old, still prove he got it in the ring, and still could, do great things. Now, the crazy thing is, his first appearance on AEW, and he didn't say nothing. He stood in the ring, looked at some wrestlers, and then he eyeballed Darby Allin and turned around and got out of the ring. And I think let's bring him on in now. Rat Pack Sports Show very own Mr. William Graves. What's going on, brother?
Man, Debo, how you doing, man?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just sitting here, talking a little bit of wrestling, and just going into the final, 3-year stretch of the Icon Sting career in AEW. Listen, William, I've watched wrestling in a long time. Very rarely we see wrestlers retire and they go out still at the top of their game, and they go out on their terms where they don't feel like they have to continue to wrestle because that adrenaline rush is something that they need. I'll add a guy for an example who, if you let him, he's going to continue to fight till he drop, and that's the Nature Boy. The Nature Boy.
Yes.
The Nature Boy wants to be in the ring. He can't be in the ring. He's too old. But you call him in the ring, he'll get in the ring. He'll throw a couple punches. He'll fight. But he just can't do it anymore.
I almost expected that to be Sting's last match. I'll be honest with you. I almost expected it. I really did.
Well, I thought he was gonna. I thought that he was gonna, be more involved in the match, myself, and I thought he would be more involved in the last year. I thought it would be more involved, like in the ring, being more active.
Yeah.
But really, he wasn't. He was just kind of like, just hanging out. Sometimes he'll show up ringside. Sometimes he'll just stay backstage. He got involved in a couple of little scuffles, but he really didn't get that involved in the in-ring action. And I think Ric Flair was even, I think he made a comment even just recently about he thought he would be more involved in Sting fight last year, but it was about the icon. It was about Sting, so he did it his way, and I don't think we'll ever see a final match of what the way Sting did and the entrance, the introduction, the show.
Did you see the video I posted?
Oh, I watched it. I watched the whole match, bro. I watched it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I watched it. Listen,
bro, dude, you know who those other two guys are?
Yeah,
came out.
Those are his sons.
Yeah,
yeah,
bro. Do his sons or do they not look exactly like him?
Well, yeah. And what's funny is this the crazy part. The early on Sting that wore the red, white, and blue, and the color face paint, he looked just like Sting.
Yes.
At that point in time.
Man, dude, I thought I was looking at an hourglass when I saw that. I was like, man, are you for real right now?
Then the youngest of the sons came out as the Wolfpack Sting.
Yes.
And dude, he looked like an identical twin to Sting at that point in time when he was dressed in the red and black. And I'm like,
yes.
What I'm looking at this and I'm like, man, what in the world? This is crazy. And then he comes out, and it's like you saw the past, the last how long? 87, 40 years.
Yeah,
40. Hold on, is that right? Yeah, 40 years. The transition.
87.
It was awesome, man. It was awesome the way they built up to it, the cinematic at the beginning of him sitting in the movie theater, showing all the clips. Listen,
man, dude, man, AEW, man, listen, AEW. If you all are listening, you all did it right.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, they did it right, man. Listen, Vince. I know Vince McMahon is not running the WWE anymore, but it don't matter.
Dude, Vince McMahon ain't even involved with anything anymore.
Yeah, so whoever is involved. Well, the reason I brought up Vince because I don't think in the past any superstar had that type of send off.
Nope.
I mean, if you want to show your respect to an all-time great, that's how you do it. And this is why a lot of people don't or they can't see it because bro, I go way back. Like I watched that Sting and Ric Flair match in '87, Clash of the Champions. So then wrestling was in my blood. We grew up. It was like a family outing. Everybody in the family sat down and watched wrestling. And I don't think nobody in the history of wrestling had, and I know we got the big stars, The Rock, Steve, Stone Cold, all that. I don't think there's a more popular wrestler in the wrestling world than Sting.
I mean, the only other person that
think about it now.
The Rock, maybe just because
of Hollywood,
because of his his Hollywood status, and Hulk Hogan. But bro, I'm telling you, you say WCW, and I guarantee you one of the first names that is going to come out of anybody's mouth, anybody, and that's going to be Sting.
Yep.
Sting is synonymous with WCW. Sting is WCW.
And
you can't.
And go ahead. I'll finish when you go through.
Oh, I was just going to say you can't take that away. You can't take it away. Sting is WCW, plain, pure, and simple.
Yeah, and what I was going to say was, you look at Sting's career. A lot of WWE wrestlers went on into Hollywood, did the movies, did the films. They got bigger. You know, they used Hollywood to their advantage. Sting, on the other hand, didn't care about all that fame. I don't know if he wanted it. I don't know. He probably was offered some things and didn't take it. He stayed grounded in his beliefs and who he is as a man. That's why he never went over. It took him so long to get to WWE, because he didn't like the brand over there, what they was all about. And I don't think there's one wrestler out there that can say, hey, I did it my own way and I still kept my my pride, and I kept my character in check, and I didn't get involved in all of that stuff. The man is squeaky clean. You never heard anything of him off the court, outside of the ring. Just a perfect guy. If you're looking for somebody as a fan, a wrestling fan to look up to as an idol, you can't go wrong with Sting. I mean, everything about his career showed you the type of person that he is. And I say it all the time. I stopped watching wrestling when WCW closed their doors. I stopped watching. And the way, Vince McMahon did WCW after they bought him out, and then he called himself doing a cross platform or cross whatever, a crossover type deal, where you had WCW wrestlers infiltrating, WWE, and WWE wrestlers, dude, listen. Vince McMahon showed you right then what kind of idiot he really is. Because
for sure.
You just bought the second biggest wrestling promotion other than yours. Mm-hmm. You got fans on WWE side, WCW side. That's a large group. Now, here's a crazy thing. For about three years, WCW ate them alive in ratings. Mm-hmm. Ate them alive. So you would almost say that either the fan base was bigger at the time in WCW, or their product was just a better product, and people from both sides would watch WCW.
Well, so the thing is that when it first started, and Monday Nitro first started, there was the storylines were compelling. Then, yeah. Then of course the whole NWO thing came through, And that really propelled them. And the thing is that let's face it, at the end of WCW, those storylines were ridiculous. The matches were stupid, and the writers were like the writers that they brought in. And yeah, I'm talking about you, Vince Russo. Like it's like, man, you're sitting here making a mockery or a joke out of some of this stuff, and and I mean, it was just. It just wasn't good. And, the thing is that you're right. Vince McMahon showed what kind of an idiot he let his ego make him. Because, man, when it was first starting to ramp up in the WWE, Shane McMahon had supposedly bought WCW. Bro, they could have rolled that over into where WCW again became its own thing. Dude, they could have had WCW on Tuesday nights and still had WWE Raw on Monday and SmackDown on Thursday.
Yeah.
And then put WCW Nitro on Tuesday, and I'll guarantee you that people would still watch it. People would still tune in. And man, there was just such.
They missed the boat on that one, man. That was.
They did.
That was one of the single most idiotic opportunities that. Well, not idiotic opportunity, but one of the most idiotic things that Vince McMahon did with an opportunity to grow the sport and make even more money than he was already making. But like you said, the ego forced him to do what a lot of people didn't think he was gonna do. And I was just close the doors. I had a feeling that was gonna happen. Because it's just who Vince McMahon has been the most of the time. He's been that dude. So I figured that was going to happen. I didn't think it would happen that quick. I thought he'll take advantage of some opportunities first. Let Shane McMahon run it. And then, over time, just gradually sunset it. And then just roll those guys over into WWE. But the product, like the storylines he was trying to create with the cross matchups and all of that, it was stupid. Like WCW
really was.
Wrestlers was getting just manhandled, and we know WCW from a technical standpoint had better wrestlers. We know this. That's part of the reason why a lot of people rather preferred WCW over WWE, because everybody knew WWE was about favorites and entertainment. The wrestling was trash. I mean, it's still trash.
Mm-hmm.
So, yep. At the end of the day, we knew where the better wrestlers was at. We had been watching them for 20 years. I mean, at that time, I was watching both. Like, okay, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin, popular guys, right? Popular guys, not really good wrestlers. The entertainment value and their gimmick is what put them over. But you put them in the ring against some true wrestlers and say, okay, let's wrestle. Technically, they ain't like that. But the Icon was. He was a I always say he was the one wrestler that had a counter for every move. And I don't want to go too far off on the rant because at this point. We could talk about this forever. But my whole point was, Sting, fantastic career. One of my all-time number one favorite wrestler.
Hey, I'll be right back.
All right. My all-time favorite wrestler, I have a limited edition shirt that I bought back in 99, 98, hanging in the closet. Not even never wore it one single time. So, watching his career, the transition from Stinger to the Crow Sting, Wolfpack Sting, and what we see now over in TNA. I don't know how many people follow his career in TNA. I did. But he went over there, and that's where it's Showtime, the Joker Sting. That's when that character came out, when he was over there, in TNA, because in WCW, when he returned as the Crow Sting, he didn't talk much. He didn't talk at all. And that was actually Scott Hall idea that he put in Sting's ear, and he ran with it, and probably made one of the best gimmicks, characters in the history of wrestling. I don't, put him. Who you gonna put him up against? And they talking about it right now. Here, I'm watching AEW. I wanted to watch it tonight to see if they said anything about it, and they did. But the match itself was an excellent match. Darby Allin is a straight-up fool. That kid there does some of the craziest stunts I've seen ever. This man jumped off a 30-foot ladder, 30 feet off the ground, and fell on top of a glass table. Now, I've seen a lot of things, but you ain't never seen nobody bleed the way he did after he fell on that glass table. Oh yeah, he went to the hospital, big time. He had a huge laceration on his side, and then his back. It looked like he fell on glass. I mean, it was real glass. It was real glass. But the combination of Sting and Darby Allin, I thought when Sting first came back and he looked at Darby Allin and didn't say nothing, I said it'll be awesome if them two became a tag team. So they became a tag team, and probably two of the probably one of the better tag teams we've seen in wrestling with Darby Allin and Sting. You see a guy who, at the time, I didn't know, but his face makeup and all that stuff was inspired by Sting. Sting was like his dude, growing up in the wrestling world.
Darby Allin was really big in the independent circuit. He was by far one of the diamonds in the rough that AEW picked up, and honestly, he has a great career ahead of him.
Yeah. So man. So it was a ride, and it's the way you send off an all-time great. In the career he's had. I know the man was 64 years old, but doing what he was doing in the ring at 64, you didn't see many wrestlers, doing. This man was still doing stunts, always kept himself in great shape, and just, one of the best. So I'm going to continue to watch wrestling because that's what I do. But it's going to be weird knowing that, okay, Sting is really done. I'm not going to see him anymore. No more face paint. No more music. I enjoyed the last week of last Wednesday night, he came down off the Raptors. I enjoyed that. I really did enjoy that. And, yeah, man. So, here we are. One couple days post-retirement for Sting. Young Bucks coming out to the ring. They probably finna say something stupid. I'm wondering what they going to do with the tag team belts because obviously Darby Allin and Sting was the tag team champions and Sting is retired. So I'm going to be interested to see what they do or who they try to pair him up with.
You know what would be cool? Is if they used one of his sons.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to do that. It would be awesome. It would be nice, but if they use one of his sons,
are his sons in professional wrestling? I mean, I know that they came out.
One of them, the youngest one, just recently. I don't know how recent, but he's young, so he did play college football not too long ago. That was the one that was dressed in the Wolfpack team.
I know they were in the ring doing stinger splashes and everything and stuff like that on the Young Bucks, but I didn't know if any of them were actually like.
No, I
really
don't think.
into...
Yeah, I don't think they're. Who knows? I'm not sure. They could be, training to come into the wrestling world, but if they do. The face paint, the Sting, that character, they can't bring him back. They can't bring. That's Pops. They got to create their own image. You know what I'm saying? It would be awesome if they came and try to continue the tradition, but bruh, that's a hard follow. The expectations. That's a hard follow. But we'll see. If they might. Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. They might. That might have been a way that they introduced them to the wrestling world. Who knows? I mean, they could do it. I'm not going to sit here and say they can't. They got the genes. So who knows? They may come in as a tag team. You never know. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna move on. We got a lot to talk about. We have Rat Pack Sports Show NBA Insider on the other line with us as well. Mr. Nicholas Lane. Want to bring him in. He's been sitting there. This guy is so patient. He's got, he's very patient, but appreciate him coming in. What's going on, Nicholas?
Nicky Buckets.
I think he's in here. I know he's in here. Hold
on. Where's Nicky Buckets? What'd you do to Nicky Buckets?
It is saying he's in here. I'm not sure if he's in here because I don't see the split screen. So, he may have hung up. He may have us on mute. I'm not sure. But when he comes back on, we'll bring him in. And I'm sure he wants to talk a little bit of NBA. But until then, King Mad. So what we're going to do, we're going to just go ahead and we're going to talk some football because there's a lot happening in the football world. We're leading up here to free agency. We got some Bucks. We got some Bucks talk. We got some, Russell Wilson. Basically, it's being released. We knew this. We're not surprised by this. We called it the day that they.
I called that. I called this like last year.
Yeah, we called it the day he was released, or the day he was sat down. So we gonna figure out what's going on with him. And we'll talk about some other things here leading up to free agency. Franchise tag. I think we got Nicholas back here now. So let's bring him on in. Rat Pack Sports Show, NBA Insider, Mr. Nicholas Lane on the line with us. What's going on, brother?
Nicky Buckets.
I'm not Nicky Buckets.
Oh, my gosh.
Boss Hog!
He's surprised. Whoa, hold on. Who's the Rainmaker? Azuka Okada. Who is that?
Who is what?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about, Devo?
It's a wrestler. Is that some Japanese wrestler? Called the Rainmaker. That's his name, Azuka Okada. I don't know, bro.
I don't know. I'm out of the wrestling game. I got a little. I got a quick little 10-minute appearance here, and then I'll be. I'll have to go, but I just wanted to say, let everybody know that Boss Hog is still doing his thing. Still getting ready for the draft. Still giving William Graves a hard time because his QB ratings are about as bad as WWE's wrestling.
Okay, keep talking, boss. Here's the thing. I was excited to hear your voice and talk to you and all that, but now you want to start going and poking the bear, and I may have to slap you down like I did in fantasy football last year. So I want you to keep on talking. Keep on talking, boss.
You know, my lips don't stop moving.
Yeah, we know. Hey, Boss Hall lips be Boss Hall lips be moving as he's texting. He's talking his text.
But no, gentlemen, I just wanted to say that as things move forward and things start ramping up for the off season, Boss Hog is going to try his best to make appearances on Wednesday nights. Basketball,
Yep.
Basketball's not over yet. We play in the Final Four tomorrow night, and when we win tomorrow night, we'll play in the state championship on Saturday morning. So,
hold on. Didn't y'all go to states last year?
We went 28-0 in one state last year.
I was about to say. I knew y'all went because we was having this same conversation this time last year about going to the state championships.
Here's the thing. Boss Hog trying to pad that coaching record. So when Doc Rivers falls flat on his face in Milwaukee, they're going to be calling Boss Hog.
Hey, you never. Hey, they might need him.
Man,
I mean, we're doing good things at Mesa Ridge High School. We're building prominent programs throughout. Our football team took a step closer in the playoffs this year. We made it to the quarterfinals, lost in the quarterfinals. Next year we look to be playing in the state championship for football. We have one of the top quarterbacks in the state. We're going to have one of the top offenses. We were the third-ranked scoring offense in the state in Colorado last year.
Man.
So we look to have a high-powered offense next year. This year in basketball, we're looking to repeat as state champions. And that, Debo, coaching high school sports, to repeat as a state champion is one of the hardest things to do.
Yes, it is.
And it takes a special group of kids
Yep.
to do stuff like that. And we have a special group of kids at our school. And, you guys hear about it when on Thursday, tomorrow night after we win in the semifinals, and Thursday morning after we bring home another trophy in the state of Colorado.
Very, very nice, man. I think we can speak. I think I can speak for everybody at the Rat Pack. We are rooting for you guys. Bring home that gold, Boss Hog.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I mean,
man.
if you guys can watch it on the NFHS network.
Oh, it's on there. Okay, I'm gonna check it out then. I'm gonna check it out.
If you have a subscription to the NFHS network, you can definitely search Mesa Ridge High School in Colorado Springs, and you can find the live stream tomorrow at 6 p.m. Your time, 4 p.m. Mountain time. Willem, I don't know if you guys are Central or Eastern where you're at, but
I'm Eastern time.
You're Eastern time, so it'll be 6 your time.
Yes, sir.
So definitely search it up on the NFHS network. Like I said, if you don't have a subscription, it is subscription based. It's like $10 or $12 for the month.
Yeah.
And you can cancel right after you watch us win a state title in the next 2 games. I did want to pop in and say, Boss Hog is doing good. Going to Vegas in spring break of 25 to marry a very, very beautiful woman.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, we got a plan for that, baby. We got to.
Yes.
Well, you guys plan for June, because the wedding is going to be a simple ceremony with just the kids and the 2 of us, and then we're throwing the party in June of 25 here in Colorado.
Hey.
Oh, that's fine. I'll come out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Shoot.
So, but yeah, save the date of June 8th, 2025.
June
Done
8th,
deal, Boss
2025. Well, I know Boss Hog not gonna let us. He's not gonna let us forget it. So I'm not even gonna write it down. I'm gonna just.
Man, shoot. What? Actually, here at the end.
I just wanted to pop in real quick and say what's up. We'll keep communicating in the chat, and like I said, I'm going to try to get on in the upcoming Wednesdays during free agency, during the draft, stuff like that, and make more appearances this football season.
Cool. Yeah, because we got a lot to talk about.
Really quick, Boss Hog. Russell Wilson to the Falcons, yes or no?
To the Falcons, no.
No? Okay.
No. I think Russell Wilson ends up... I think Russell Wilson could end up in Minnesota.
Ooh.
Because I don't think Kirk is going to be back in Minnesota. I think Kirk is going to be with the Falcons.
Oh man, don't let him go. No, we don't want Kirk Cousins in the NFC South.
No. Because Kirk Cousins is secretly has been looking for housing and moving his family to Atlanta.
Oh well, it's a done deal then.
Oh,
I think once free agency hits, you're going to see a strong play for Kirk Cousins ramp up in Atlanta, and I think they're going to Raheem Morris is going to get his guy in Kirk Cousins.
All right, so here's the rebuttal. So Kirk Cousins goes to Atlanta, and we get stuck with freaking Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, more than likely.
All right, so
you either get stuck with Baker Mayfield or Russell Wilson.
I'll take Russell Wilson, But
you know what? Russell Wilson would not be that bad at Tampa.
He actually had a good season last season. That's why he was playing.
Here's the thing with Baker. I mean, I think the reason they got a deal done with Mike Evans was because of what Will said, that they were a package deal, and multiple people came out and said that they were a package deal once Mike Evans re-signed in Tampa.
I don't know.
Mike Evans point blank said he wanted to play with Baker Mayfield. Now, I mean, I guess they got close over this last season. And look, you guys know I like Baker Mayfield. Okay, I do, I still do. But them numbers that they are throwing out for him,
no way. I was just gonna ask
over just one good season.
Yeah. See, I was just gonna ask him that.
He ain't there.
I was just gonna ask Boss Hogg about those numbers if that's what he's hearing, because if that is true about what he's asking for, let him roll. We'll start Kyle Trask next season. If we can't get somebody else, we'll just have to start Kyle Trask because I'm not signing Baker Mayfield for $40+ million. Sorry, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, look, again, listeners, if you guys have listened at all this last football season, you guys know I am a Baker Mayfield fan. I still am, but it's time to be realistic. Okay, yes, he had a great season last year. That was proven to me.
He's got to do it again, though.
Okay,
he's got to do it again.
Now we're going to give you a slightly better contract. Okay, we're gonna give you Taylor Heineke money, not Tom Brady money. You haven't earned Tom Brady money yet.
Dude, Brady ain't even have a contract that big.
But he could have.
He could have, but he didn't. $25 million.
Okay.
For Tom Brady for 3 seasons.
Okay, well, and that's what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Them numbers, them numbers ain't working. There are very few quarterbacks in the league that I would give that kind of money to. Very few, actually. There's only one other quarterback that I would see giving that kind of money to, and that's Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Okay. Look, Aaron Rodgers has done the damn thing. And you know what? Now I know what people are going to say. What about Lamar Jackson? Well, okay, maybe Lamar, but even Lamar to me is still kind of iffy. And we talking about Baker Mayfield getting this type of money? No, sir. If he's going to earn that kind of money, a lot of that money going to be in incentives. Now they put that in for incentives and not guaranteed money. All right, I'm good. Let's go. Let's roll. But if that is guaranteed money, if all of it is guaranteed, absolutely not. First and foremost, you all still have one other player you all need to sign. And I don't know why you all playing around. But you all need to Bucks, you all need to get it together and re-sign Lavonte David. Look, I'm happy Mike Evans is back. Okay, Mike Evans very well going to be one of the few players to actually be able to retire as a Buck and start as a Buck. Happy as all get out. We franchise tagged Winfield. All right, that's cool too. I'm all right with that. But Lavonte David, what are you all waiting on?
Well, they know with Lavonte David, they got a little bit more they got a little bit more time because Lavonte David has pretty much came out and said, I'm either coming back for the Bucks or I'm retiring. He's not even considering playing for another organization. So they know, okay, we're not in a rush to re-sign Levante David.
But they need to do
you
right
still
by
need
now.
to. You still need to, because he's a heart and soul of that defense. But at the same time, they know that he's a Buccaneer. It's just a matter of figuring out, the money, how much they want to pay him.
Well, yeah. Well, see, but here's also the other thing, and I don't know how true this is or whatever, but there has been some talk that Tampa Bay might be going after one of the high-priced running backs like Derrick Henry. Now, if they're going to do that, before they do that, they need to get David locked up.
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: let's say they go after Derrick Henry, right? Let's say they go after Derrick Henry. You got a smash and dash type of combination with Henry, and then what's the running back that we have this season? Shoot, I can't even remember his name now. White. You got a good combination there. But here's the deal. If you're going to go and put that kind of money into a running back, you cannot afford to sign Baker Mayfield to the money he's asking for. You just can't. So I'm not sure if we'll see. We'll see. How this all shapes out. But what we're not gonna do is pay Baker Mayfield $40 million. I'm not even a GM. It's not my money, but I don't want to see my team go out there like they're in desperation mode and sign Baker Mayfield to this astronomical contract when he's only proven he can have one good season. Now, my man, Peter Blake, posted this on his, and I'll share this in the Rat Pack Sports Show group, but he posted this on his page. A recent report from Pewter Report says the Bucs are $20 million apart when it comes to a new contract from Baker Mayfield. $20 million is a lot of money. And if you're that far apart, you don't have a deal. You don't have a contract. Baker Mayfield already, rumors were coming from Baker Mayfield camp that he was not going to give a hometown discount. He was going to go get his money. So if that is the case, and he's just going to go get his money, then you can go get your money somewhere else and don't put the Bucs in a situation where you got an overpaid quarterback. Because personally, he's never put together two back-to-back great seasons. So that is something that...
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was going to say that is something that you got to go to the table with, negotiating-wise, and say, listen, you had a good season last year, but giving you this kind of money based on your past, it's still a high risk, because we don't know if you're going to regress next season. We do have a brand new offensive coordinator. So if the offense is different from Canales' offense, which it probably will be, guess what? He's got to learn a whole new offense.
Well, he don't really have to learn a whole new offense, because the offensive coordinator we got was with the Rams. So Baker Mayfield that kind of knows a little bit of that offense. So, I mean,
I'm going to be fair here.
Uh-huh.
I know a lot of people make a big deal about his Monday night start with the Rams, but after that, it wasn't that good. It wasn't even that good.
No.
It wasn't even that good on the night that he made the start. You go and look at his numbers, pedestrian. Like any quarterback in the NFL could put those numbers up, and
yeah.
I mean,
but hold on a second, because now you say you're going to be fair. Now
yeah, that is
now
fair.
if you're going to be fair, let's be fair. Okay, when he made that start, he was only with the Rams for 3 days.
That's fine.
Okay, you mean to tell me that you're not going to take that into account?
No, because I mean, he
What
was garbage. He was garbage. I'm going to keep saying it. He was garbage as a quarterback. You know, that's why he ended up in the Rams. So I'm not making a big deal about that start.
No. Oh man, come on.
He wasn't that good
You
season.
can't say you can't sit there and say he was garbage. He may not have been top tier, but he wasn't garbage.
He was garbage.
Now come on.
He was garbage.
Come on, Debo.
All right, come on.
Come
man.
on, Debo.
You gonna make me go back and look at these numbers
Man,
like I always do.
Man, Debo.
Okay. So
Debo, come on, man. Come on now.
Listen, Josh Freeman.
Be real. Be realistic.
What?
Be realistic.
I am.
Okay, this man had 3 days in a whole new offense.
Yeah.
And he went out and he did what he did. Okay, I'm not saying it's spectacular, but it's better than garbage.
Garbage.
Man, bro. I thought you said you was going to be fair about
that. That is fair.
No.
Okay.
Because you ain't taking into account that this man was only in that offense for 3 days.
I don't care if he was in the offense for 2 weeks. It's still garbage performance.
Man, how can you say that? How much of an offense do you think somebody going to pick up in 3 days?
Well, obviously they made the start, right? They made the start. Okay.
They didn't have a choice.
They didn't have a choice. So that's like the Minnesota Vikings starting Josh Freeman, and they signed him a couple of days before they threw him out there on that Monday night game, and all it would have took was for him to win that game. He had a crappy performance.
No. See, and I'll even debunk that, because again, you're talking about somebody walking in there that only had a couple of days to prepare. Now, had Josh Freeman gotten more time in that offense, he would. I really do think he would have been okay.
Hold on,
but I think Minnesota gave up on him too soon.
All right, so let me look at this. I'm trying to find. I wish I could get a game breakdown here of these. Okay, game log. Here we go. Okay, so that's 23. So let's go to 22. Baker Mayfield, Carolina Rams. Okay, so it was against the Raiders. 17-16. He won that game. All right? 22 for 35, 230 yards, 1 touchdown. Garbage.
All right. Bro.
All right, no, hold on. The very next week, this is what Baker is. This has been his career. This is what I've been saying. The very next week, okay, We just made a big deal about him making a start, not being in the offense a couple days. So the very next week, he's got a whole week in the offense in practice. He comes out against Green Bay, loses 24-12. Here's his numbers. 12 for 20.
Bro.
12. Hold on, let me finish. 12 for 21, 111 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. All right.
Against that Green Bay defense.
William, you're making my point. You're making my point.
Against that Green Bay defense.
Look,
that Green Bay defense was not complete trash. That Green Bay defense, if anything, was the one still holding them into games. Because remember, 22, that was still Aaron Rodgers. That was still Aaron Rodgers there.
I don't care.
In that debunked offense that they had, and we even talked about this, that for a while there, that Green Bay defense was still the ones holding them into games. So, was the Green Bay defense that good, or was Baker Mayfield that bad? Because you can't have it both ways.
Hold on.
So which is it?
All right, so, but you're making my point that I've been trying to make for the whole season about Baker Mayfield inconsistencies. Okay, this is why it's dangerous giving him that kind of money.
Inconsistency don't equal garbage.
Yes, it is. Inconsistency gets you fired. Inconsistencies get you fired.
They get you fired when you've had more than 1 year.
Yeah,
And,
Baker Mayfield had 8 inconsistent seasons. He's never had a good season followed by a good season followed by a good season. He's had games. One game, good game, great game. Next game, bad game. Next game, good game. Next game, okay game. Next game, bad game.
Okay.
I mean, we saw it last season. Season. Okay, so but this is my point that I've been trying to make. So against Green Bay, a very good Green Bay team, this is what he did. Then he played against Denver. They won. Denver. Then the Denver was a trash team that year. They won 51-14. Good game for Baker. This is Baker, dude. This is Baker. Next game, the LA Chargers, really good Chargers team. 2022, 31-10, 11 for 19, 132 yards, no touchdowns. And then the next game after that, lost Seattle, another good team. Lost 19-16 in overtime, 13 for 26, 147 yards, no touchdowns, and an interception. So everybody made this big deal about Baker run with the Rams. But when you break down the game by game, he had 2 good games and 3 bad games. And that's been my whole point I've been trying to make all season. We forget about what the inconsistent Baker Mayfield, because he had a few good games here and there.
Okay, so you want to talk about inconsistencies, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk a little inconsistency here. Name me one time that Baker Mayfield had the same offensive coordinator for 2 years straight.
It hasn't happened, but it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter.
What you mean it don't matter?
Because that's the situation that he's been in. So you either put up or shut up. At the end of the day, You either put up or shut up. He's been in the league 8 years now.
Let me
8
ask you
years.
something. How is somebody supposed to get good?
Maybe the offensive coordinators, maybe he's got a different offensive coordinator every year because he ain't good enough for an offensive coordinator to want to be there. Maybe the team fired the offensive coordinator because his inconsistencies wasn't good enough for them. So it made him look bad. I mean, the same thing seems to follow Baker Mayfield no matter what team he goes to. So at this point, you got to be a professional about it, and you got to figure it out.
Okay, but still, okay, yeah. Now you're making excuses why he hasn't had the same offensive.
No, I'm not making excuses because that's what it is.
Let me ask you something. What is the one thing that we have preached on this show from day one when I started? What is the one thing that we preached on? Is giving a team time to build, giving a team time to actually let the plan run through. Okay, the same thing goes for a player. Okay, you can't sit there and say, "Oh, Baker Mayfield hot garbage," because he inconsistent. Well, yeah, he's going to be inconsistent because he got a whole new offense.
Well, again.
Okay. So is it all Baker Mayfield, or is it the inconsistency and the turnover that the Cleveland Browns did during his tenure there?
In Cleveland, why did they now in Cleveland the offensive coordinators were fired? They didn't go get better jobs. They were fired. Why were they fired?
Because they weren't performing.
And when the offense is not performing, who's the one person that touches the ball every single play?
The quarterback.
Okay, so if the offense is struggling, how does the quarterback get a pass when he's played every game?
Who said he got a pass?
I'm just saying. Everybody want to make excuses about his situation in Cleveland, but he was a quarterback under center. Anywhere else in the league, if you got a quarterback, let's go with the Chicago Bears with Justin Fields. He's in a similar situation. He's in a similar situation that Baker Mayfield has been in as far as, offensive coordinators and everything like that. If their offense is struggling, who's getting the blame for that struggling offense? Justin Fields.
Well, no, not really.
Well,
because the offensive coordinator for the Bears was just fired.
Yeah. Why was he fired? Because the offense was struggling and the quarterback hadn't put it together yet.
Okay.
So again,
but again, all right.
Quarterbacks.
We're talking about where this goes back to consistency. Okay. How are you going to be consistent when you're changing a parameter or you're changing an environment, namely the offense, every year? Okay, Cleveland did it. Cleveland did it every year. They never gave it time for it to actually manifest. And we sit here and we talked about it, Debo. We talked about it on this show. We even had a saying, "How Cleveland of you," because all the bad moves that organization made from start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now you are now talking. You keep on talking about the inconsistencies in the player. Well, a player cannot be consistent if his parameters and in the environment is changing, because now you have to adapt. Now you have to adapt to a whole new offense. And then right as you get that new offense, they go and they fire the offensive coordinator again. Baker Mayfield in his 8 years in Cleveland had 9 offensive coordinators. Explain that, Debo.
I just did. Nine offensive coordinators.
I want you to explain how it can be consistent when they don't give it time.
Because the quarterback is inconsistent.
But how can the quarterback be consistent if the offense is inconsistent?
Because the quarterback is inconsistent.
The quarterback is inconsistent because the offense is inconsistent.
Well, let's put it like this. They went and got Baker Mayfield weapons. They had one of the best offensive lines in the NFL doing about a 3 or 4 year stretch when he was in Cleveland.
Okay.
So,
yes,
again, if you got one of the top offensive lines, you got a 2-headed monster at the running back, you got an all-world tight end, and you got Odell Beckham, you got Leron Landry, not Leron Landry, but Landry, I forget his first name. You got Landry, Jarvis Landry, and you got a you got stars around you. You got stars around you, but yet when you get in the games that matter, your quarterback doesn't play well. That's what it was, bro. I sat at tables. I had friends. I went to sports bars with friends that was diehard Browns fans.
Yeah.
Every single last one of them wanted Baker Mayfield out of there for this one reason.
Yeah,
he'll get you.
And most of them was crying for Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson gets to Cleveland. What does he do?
Well, I mean, he didn't play the full season. He got hurt this past season.
Yeah, man,
Listen, bro.
But
ain't not a single day on the calendar where if you give me an option to take 2 quarterbacks and one is Deshaun Watson, the other one is Baker Mayfield, I'm taking Deshaun Watson. I'm taking Deshaun Watson.
Get hurt.
No,
and hope he don't get hurt.
Well, Baker Mayfield got hurt.
Baker Mayfield still played.
Yeah, but I mean, you throw your shoulder out and you end up tearing your shoulder. You can't throw. I mean, you just can't throw. But okay, so if we look at Deshaun Watson career, because we're gonna be picky about it. We're gonna just take away what he did in Houston for half a season in Cleveland. That's what we're going to do?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay. That's what I'm telling you.
But here's the thing. Okay, now you want to talk about what he did in Houston. All right?
He was just an MVP candidate in a few of those seasons. I mean,
okay. But let me ask you this: how many different offenses was Deshaun Watson in?
Oh, they went through a couple offensive coordinators.
Went through a couple, 1 or 2. Okay, one or 2 offensive coordinators in Deshaun Watson's 7-8 years there?
Nah, he only played. Deshaun Watson only played 4 years in Houston. He's only been in the league for 6 seasons. He's younger than Baker Mayfield.
Okay, so he went through 2. We'll say 2 offensive coordinators in 4 years.
Yeah,
bro. Baker Mayfield went through 2 offensive coordinators in a year.
Again. Why is offensive coordinators having such a hard time with Baker Mayfield than they are with other quarterbacks that are better? Deshaun Watson 4-year reign, he didn't start his rookie year. He started halfway through the season. Halfway through the season. He played 7 games. He threw 19 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. The next year, he came back. He completed 68% of his passes, 4,100 yards, 26 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. The next year, he came back, played 15 games, 67%, 26 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. And that's not even counting his ability, what he does with his legs, running the ball. We just talking about throwing. 2020 was his last full season before all that stuff happened, and he ended up moving out of Houston. But his last full season in the Texans uniform, he threw for a 70% completion, almost 5,000 yards, 33 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. There's no way in the world he was doing this while Baker was doing what in Cleveland? Good quarterbacks make your offensive coordinators look good. Bad quarterbacks don't. Inconsistent quarterbacks don't. And at the end of the day,
a quarterback can make an offensive coordinator look good if it's an offensive coordinator is calling the right play.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, based on what I've seen from Baker Mayfield this season, he might have called the right play. Because how many times this season Baker Mayfield missed a wide open dude because he wouldn't check it down and he just chucking the ball deep?
Okay.
I mean,
but by the same token, how many passes did Baker Mayfield throw right into the numbers of some of these receivers and they drop it?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this: it happened a lot less often than him missing the read.
I mean, I don't know about all that.
Yes, I do, because me and my man Blake.
Because here's the thing: I'm not saying he didn't mess up throws, but I'm saying I saw a lot of times where he put the ball right into the numbers, and they dropped it.
Yeah, and I saw probably triple the
especially in that playoff game.
I saw probably triple the
that
amount of
playoff
times
game against Detroit. He was putting the ball into the numbers, and they wasn't catching it.
Yeah, that's one game. That's one game. Like, okay, so
no, it was more than one game.
Man,
I just brought that one up.
I'm finna show. I got Baker Mayfield game by game numbers right here in front of me. So we finna go through them. I've done this before.
Let's do this. Let's do this.
I've done this before already, William. I don't know why you don't listen to me, but okay. So, hold on. 12, 9, 20. Okay, so Thursday night, that was the opening game of the season. First game of the season, New York Jets. We won that game 21-17. No touchdowns, no interceptions. 17 for 23, 201. I'm gonna give him a C grade for that game.
Okay. Accurate.
The next game, we go to Oakland. We lose 45-42. He 21 for 41, 295, 50% completion percentage on his passes.
Okay. Okay. So that's about a D.
2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Yeah. No, that's about a D.
Okay.
That's 50% all the way around.
In the first 2 games of the season, he's got a C and a D. One game we won, the other game we lost. Game 3, Baltimore. Okay. We won 12-9. 25 for 43, 342. Those look good. Anytime your quarterback is completing under 60%, that's not good. 58%. Okay? 1 touchdown, 1 interception. We scored 12 points. That's not good. Offensively, that's not good. And listen, Baltimore had a good defense, but I'm gonna break this down because, again, Canales, our offensive coordinator, got a lot of flack early in the season because the offense was struggling to score points.
The offense was brand new.
It doesn't matter. I'm just telling you what people were saying. The offense was struggling, and everybody pointed at Canales.
Most of them people don't know what they're talking about, Debo. You already know this.
I know this, but I'm making my point. A lot of people pointed at Canales. I got me and Blake Anthony. You know Blake Anthony.
Yes, I know Blake Anthony very well.
We sat down a few days after games and did film review with the all 22 footage. And these games where our offense was struggling to pick up first downs and move the chains and stay on the field, I can't tell you how many times we missed Baker Mayfield missed an easy check down for a first down.
And I'm not saying he didn't miss.
But my point,
easy check down. I'm not saying that.
But this is my point. My point is our offense was struggling because our quarterback wasn't reading the field. So is Canales calling the wrong plays, or is he calling the right plays? People are open and the quarterback not pulling the trigger. I'm going to go with the latter because I saw it on the film.
Well, obviously Canales was calling the right plays because the same plays that the offense was struggling with earlier in the season, he was calling them same plays, and they were executing.
Yeah. All right. So. Oh, there we go. Shoot. All right. So let's go to the next game. All right. LA against the Chargers, 38-14. We lose that game. 22 for 46, 47%. You're under 50% as a passer. You're averaging 5.2 yards per pass, and you throw one touchdown, 2 interceptions. I'm gonna call that a D.
Yeah, that's a D.
That's a D.
That's a D.
All right. Next game. Who is this? Why does it say Team Tampa? How are we playing ourselves?
I don't know how we playing ourselves. This is your story, bro.
No, listen. I'm looking at this off ESPN website. You know where they have the opponent? It's got Buccaneers as its opponent. I don't know who we played that week. Maybe it was the Saints. I don't know. Let's see. I don't even see the Saints. Yeah, it's got to be the Saints because I don't even. Yeah, that's got to be the Saints. But we lose that game. Hold on, let me see something, bro. This is confusing. I see Carolina. I see Atlanta. I see. Oh, snap. Hold on. Is this right? All right. Yep. My bad. I'm on the wrong season. Let's start over. Okay. So without going through it, what I was reading you was Baker Mayfield rookie year in Cleveland. That's what I was reading.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So Minnesota. I ain't got to even read that stats. I'm gonna tell you flat out. If we didn't win that game, I would have gave Baker Mayfield an F. Wow.
Yep.
I would have gave him an F for that game. So let's start out there. First game of the season, Baker Mayfield I'm gonna give him a D minus. And the squeaking out that win gave him a D. Because if he would have lost that game, he'd have got an F. I mean, that's just, first game of the season, but we evaluating. So here we go. All right, so second game against Chicago, 26 for 34, 317. I'm gonna give him a one touchdown, 114 rating, 80 QBR. Let's go with a A minus. A minus that game. That's a good game for Baker. That's a good game. All right, Philadelphia Eagles. We up 25-11. Again, as I'm reading these numbers, remember what I said about plays being left on the field because the quarterback is not hitting guys. And remember this, up until December, our offense was almost dead last in scoring.
Yep.
So, again, that's on the quarterback. But let's go. Philadelphia Eagles, 25-11, 15 for 25, 1 F. No, I'm going to give him a D. I'm going to give him a D. Just to be fair. I'm going to give him a D. Okay. New Orleans Saints, we won 26-9, 25 of 32, 78% completions, 246, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. I'm going to give him a B. B for that game. Detroit Lions. I'm going to give him a D for that game. 19 for 37, 206, no touchdowns, 1 interception. I'm going to give him a D+. I'm going to give him a D+ for that game. Next game, Atlanta Falcons. We lose that game. 16-13. 27 of 42, 275, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 3 sacks. Let's go with a C. C+. C+. Buffalo, 24-18, lost. 25 of 42, 237, 59% completion. Again, under 60%. That's not good. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 3 sacks. I'm gonna give him a B minus for that performance. We lose in Houston. I'm gonna give him a B for that game. I thought he played well in that game.
Yeah.
We just lost. Houston caught everybody off guard. That was a good team. Nobody really knew how good they was at that point. So I'm gonna give him a B for that game because he did good. 21 for 30, 2 touchdowns, no interception, 265. All right. Next game, Tennessee Titans. 18 for 29, 278, 62%, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Got to go with a C+. Can't give him a B. You threw the interception. So, 3 sacks. Okay? Again, another thing that I be saying, Baker Mayfield takes sacks, make the offensive line look bad because he's looking for the big play. He's not checking the ball down.
Okay. Now, hold on.
Let
me ask you something. Would you rather a quarterback take a sack or throw the ball up and risk an interception?
I would rather the quarterback hit the check down that's wide open instead of holding it, looking deep, taking the sack. That's what I would want. That's what I would rather. This was one of them games we went back and watched. Mr. Hold the ball, and you got a wide open guy underneath because you looking deep. He did it all season. Bro. All season. So, you're getting up there in sacks. San Francisco, I'm going to give him a C for that game. 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 29 for 45, 246. 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 4 sacks. You know San Francisco defense. Buzzsaw, you get down, they coming after you. You know, they going to make you look bad.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to give him a C for that game. That was a loss. Indianapolis, that was a loss. 27-20. Now, league average was 22 points per game. We was under that for a while, like 19, 20, 18, something like that, up to this point. So Indianapolis, we lose 27-20, 20 for 30, 199. You know, check it down. This was a check down game. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. I got to go with the numbers is not great. The 2 touchdowns help them. 6 sacks. That's a C. Atlanta, we win that 29-25. Defense won us that game. He did not play well. 14 for 29, under 50% in the Carolina and the Atlanta game, 48%. Almost identical numbers. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions. In that Atlanta game, we won 29-25. So I just gave you, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
you gave quite a bit.
11, 12,
So
13 games.
And what I'm kind of figuring his average is probably about a C.
Yep.
Okay. A C ain't garbage.
Well, it ain't good either.
Not top,
it's average.
Well, yeah, but it ain't garbage.
But it's average, and average ain't good. So you gonna give an average quarterback $40 million? Because I just gave you 13.
No. And,
okay.
And here's the thing. This is why I said at the start of all this. Baker Mayfield ain't worth that. Baker Mayfield ain't worth that.
No. So I just gave you 30 games. Everybody that's listening, if you're a Bucs fan, you're welcome. I just gave you a rundown the first 13 games of the season.
Okay.
But Buccaneers
what I'm saying, and I never said he was worth this contract that he's asking for.
No.
Now supposedly he over there talking to New England. And if New England want to give him that money, go right on ahead.
Go ahead. I'll drive him. I'll drive him up there and drop him off. For that kind of money, Bill Belichick.
But here's the thing. Okay, you going into New England. Okay, where they just had a disastrous year with Mac Jones at the helm.
Yep.
Okay, a C performance, that ain't going to cut it in New England. These people just got over a 20-year spread with arguably the great one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever strap on a pair of shoulder pads.
Well, yeah,
and now you just had Mac Jones. The Mac Jones experiment did not work. You put up with 3 years of that, and now you're going to Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield, better than Mac Jones, but he is not Tom Brady. And I'm not saying that another Tom Brady is going to come walking through the curtains, because that ain't going to happen. But let me ask you this. How do you think Baker Mayfield will fare in New England under that little shotgun offense that they're probably going to run up there?
Not good.
Because I don't see it working out for him.
Not good, but if you're going to run after the money, go ahead. It ain't going to work out. It's not. He doesn't have the receiving core in New England that that he has.
He is not going to have a Mike Evans or a Chris Godwin.
No, he don't even have. He may not even have. I mean, our number 3 might be better than, New England number 1. I'm pretty sure they're gonna draft a guy.
More than likely because they're they didn't draft a receiving core. They haven't focused on the receiving core, and I don't know how long. And I honestly believe that that's part of the reason Tom Brady left. Is because they did not put a receiving core around him. And I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't care who the head coach is. I don't care where he's playing. You don't have a good receiving core, then you better have a good running game. And they ain't got that either.
Yeah, so
I take that back. They do have Ezekiel Elliott, don't they?
Yeah, they do got Zeke. They do have Zeke.
Okay. So you have a pretty all right running back, but what are you going to do? Make Zeke run it 40, 50 times a game? No. Yeah, that man going to be worn out by the third game of the season.
Well, Bill Belichick, remember now, he's not in New England anymore. So, they have O.J. Mayo. He's the head coach there now.
Oh, yeah. But who's the offensive coordinator?
I don't know. I don't think it's going to matter. If you got Baker Mayfield as your quarterback in a rebuild, that's not a good situation. Because New England is a rebuild. New England is a rebuild. So if he wants to go to New England, right, then that's the best fit for him.
Well, I just looked up who New England's offensive coordinator is, and this is a name that you'll actually know very well.
Oh, it's
Alex Van Pelt.
Yeah, he's decent. He's decent.
He's all right, but look at that offense he runs. Because remember, Alex Van Pelt was down here in Tampa. I think he was the quarterbacks coach.